What is up, guys? Welcome to week number 12 of RollPlay Solum. JP McDaniel here, one of the cast members, joined by the rest of the cast and our DM, Koibu. We know what Ryan and Koibu are up to because of Eben earlier today. Ryan, you still playing Diablo. Nothing's changed in the past 2 hours, has it?
Well, I completely crushed a game of Heroes earlier.
That's true. You did play a game of Heroes.
Yeah.
That's
Other than that, no.
Other than that, nothing else. Neal, anything life-altering?
I played a couple of games of Counter-Strike. I actually had to quit the last one because roleplay was starting.
Yep.
Ooh.
I'm sure your teammates were a little salty about that.
No, actually, I had really cool teammates. We were actually having a great conversation. I'm more sad that I had to leave my teammates than I am that I had to abandon the game.
Aww.
That's a rare
What a
occurrence
guy.
in CSGO.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get to, like, the really low ranks, I think.
Shut
Nice
up,
people.
JP.
Nice people.
Yeah, the nice people show up.
Jen's
Ryan,
probably higher ranked than I am at this point.
that's probably true.
No, I'm silver 2, man.
I think
But
Neal's,
I am rocking silver 2.
I think you're peeking out the mic. You're rocking the mic too, Jen, as it's on the wrong mic or
I wonder
something.
if it's the wrong mic being captured.
I think it is. Ryan, what were you gonna say before I interrupted you?
You
probably forgot.
Yeah, it wasn't that big.
Awesome, cool. Let's find out what our two other cast members have been up to. Jeff, what's going on?
Today's a good day. Just one of those productive days where you get shit done and then feel good about yourself, like pay a couple of bills and clean a little bit. Be a real human being. Went to the gym. Gym
Nice.
makes you feel good too. In fact, I didn't get back in time to shower, so you can all just imagine the smell.
Nice.
I imagine it's a lot like what our characters smell like because they don't shower too often either. So
Yeah, we really don't.
I'm actually LARPing as we roleplay, so I'm taking it to the next level. Where are you guys at?
This is what it's like being at a convention, guys. If you were in Jeff's room right now.
Oh God. Yeah, that one. Yeah, but otherwise, just having a good time. A lot of gigs coming down the pipe. Esports is cranking up, and been going to Warhammer next week. Adepticon, biggest tournament in the world. In terms of participants, there's like several thousand people there to play
Wow.
Warhammer, which is pretty incredible.
Was that in Vegas? Where's that at?
Boston, or no, Chicago. Excuse me, it's
Oh,
just outside of Chicago. It's not truly Chicago, I'm told, but you know how it is. Like if we're in Snohomish, Washington, I tell people it's Seattle because you're not going to fucking know where Snohomish is.
Sure. Well, you're going
So-
you're going at a good time because now Chicago's not frozen over. Hopefully, it's all thawed out by the time you get over there. They've had a
Yeah.
rough winter, so cool. And that's this weekend, right? How do you think your chances are in the tournament?
So in Warhammer, it's very different. It's interesting. It's a very different community, but it's not perfectly balanced by any stretch of the imagination. So there's certainly some armies that are much better than others. There's I think it's 11 or 12 races, and then each race, for the most part, has many different denominations. So there's actually so many different combos, it's never possible for it to be fully balanced. That being said, my army is very, very strongly a mid-tier army. So it's not one of the absolute most powerful ones, but it's the one I love, it's Tyranids. It's what Zerg is based on, if you can imagine that. And it's really cool because if you win with them, it's not like you're not playing with a total handicap. Like, you can beat anyone, but it still feels like a sense of an accomplishment because you outsmarted your opponent, you outmaneuvered them. So my chances of winning are very little. I'm kind of new compared to these guys who've been playing for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
But I've been practicing a lot. A lot of Warhammer people don't practice. Brood War guys and StarCraft guys, we think of practice, it's 10 hours a day. For them, it's I played this week. Because they're all usually full-grown men with jobs, and to go into the shop and play with little toy soldiers is kind of a privilege.
Right.
So I play a good 5 games a week, or maybe 6, which is a lot by comparison. So I hope to do well. My plan is to make top 16. That's the goal.
Cool. I'm sure you'll be tweeting about it, so you guys can follow him on Twitter and get all the latest updates on how he's doing in his tournament. Jen, what's going on with you?
What's going on? I've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike. I'm fighting to get out of silver 2. Yes. And I'm liking it. I played 33.9 hours in the past 2 weeks, so I'm really committed to this.
It's a lot of Counter-Strike.
But I didn't play much StarCraft, but I have a shirt.
Got a Zerg
to make
shirt.
up-
There you
To
go.
make up for it. Yeah, ripping the non-race that I don't play. Also, I'm gonna be at the next level for PAX, so if you're around, come say hi. Neil will be there too. I'll try to bring a roleplay poster, so if you find me first, you'll get one.
Cool.
Besides that, MLG Anaheim very likely with Flaming Cow TV, so that's awesome. And I had a terrible day. My computer blue screened. I lost 3 hours of work. Then the internet went down. Everything was shit.
That sucks. Well, now Neil's gonna kill Jockery, so I guess it's only gonna get worse.
It was a really bad day.
Cool. Well, not cool. I'm sorry you had a bad day. Let's move on. Neil, where did we last leave off? I think we had just entered the cathedral and there was a Templar or something.
Yes, you had just walked into the room, and there was a Templar standing directly before you.
I think Victorian spoke to it or said something to it.
Perhaps, I don't recall those actions.
We end with it across from us, drawing its sword at the church.
We just killed the guy with the rust monster. That's what it was.
Yeah, we killed a rust monster
Yeah.
last week. We made
Yeah.
it to Raekwon. Of course, that's the biggest thing that happened. And yeah, I guess we can just go ahead and start.
Do it. So he's standing across from you guys in the temple, and you guys are there. And...
He doesn't.
He
turn
just
to
draws a
us?
sword.
No, he doesn't draw a sword. He looks at you, and I think he said something. I
damn it,
don't
Neil.
recall what he said. So
I
he's
don't
You know what he
remember
said?
where we're at. I'm
What he
forgetting.
said?
Gentlemen and lady, I give to you now these magical weapons, all of these millions of gold.
Oh yeah,
You
we
have-
just fought the dude that
You have
trusted
reached
us.
the end of your journey.
You guys won Dungeons and Dragons, and I waited a whole week to tell you. Congratulations.
The baby is safe now in my arms.
He looks at you and he says, "You are not welcome here."
Mr. Templar man, my name is Victorian Black, and these are my friends. We were told by a fellow Templar of yours traveling to Neal insert relevant town here that Victorian would totally remember, but Jeff does not.
Mm-hmm.
What was that journey? That was
Just
To
insert
Va-
it. It's fine. We don't.
Valhalla, that town. Valhalla. We're traveling with woman who has child. The child has the mark of legend. We were told that the Templar would be of some assistance and are the people we should seek out.
He looks at you, kind of closes his eyes, squints his eyes a moment, and says, "Bring the child to me." And Alice starts walking towards him.
She's back.
You mean Carla? God damn
Carla!
it.
Carla! Damn it! No! Carla walks towards him.
Hey
Strongest argument against your marathons would be, where are we at? Yeah, Alice.
But there was no marathon last night.
Yeah,
That was the
there was
day
no
before.
marathon.
Exactly.
I got like 14 hours of sleep last night. Actually, it was beautiful.
Let me be the YouTube comment. I don't think Neil takes this professionally. I think professionalism and professionalism. I'm just kidding.
Well,
I
I'm
like-
wearing
I like
pants
that you're
today,
total.
so there you
True,
go.
we did get the pants on today. So at least
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm not wearing a bathrobe. Come on, this is a good day for me.
As Carla steps forward with the child, I'm close behind her.
Okay.
Does he notice my rippling abs of steel, or is this just kind of, is this like a 300 where everyone has that?
This is a world where everyone has rippling abs of
I
steel.
thought so. I thought, you know what? Frank Miller is usually pretty much known for his facts, so.
Is your new name Frank Miller?
No, it's the guy that made 300.
Yeah.
Oh, God. What? Sorry, I have 300 reference in there somehow. One of those days. Anyway, so yeah. Carla steps forward with the child, you close behind. And she hands it over, or doesn't quite hand it over to him, but unwraps the child and shows it to him, and baby's going yeah. We've been doing this for about the campaign's been going for about 90 days, so the child is still just 3 months old.
Mhm.
Can't walk, can't talk, can't really do much. And he looks at the child and pulls out its arm and sees the mark on it. to
He just
slow.
rips the arm off? What?
He just rips the child's arm off.
Pulls the child's arm
He
off.
pulls the arm out, and I'm just like, well,
Looks
He's
bad.
like Alice now.
Out of the blankets and out of like the cuddling child thing that you know how babies just like
I get it. I get it. They
I didn't think it was
cling.
that. I thought it was a decent description of the action.
Okay, sorry. I said
Sees the child's arm, slowly inhales deeply, goes, we have been waiting a long time for you. Come with us. And
I
he
thought we weren't
motions
scared of
and starts walking deeper into the temple.
I say, Sir Templar,
Yes?
we have traveled. God damn it! What was our original town?
I
What's
don't
the
know.
region?
We've
Sir-
traveled from our original town,
It's
Sir Templar.
Professionalism.
We traveled a great distance from this town that all of us clearly remember, and we would like to see this thing to the end with your, hopefully with your respect. I've lost friends. Okay, well that's okay. That was easier than I thought. Carry on.
So he leads you a little bit in through a door that most of you know is kind of where the priests would have their office area. And as he does so, you see that this back building has been completely destroyed and rebuilt. The wood looks it still looks like crappy wood that's been taken from broken down buildings, although most of them are stone. You know, the buildings still have wood for the roof. And this building, you can tell, is like fairly new because the walls are wood. It doesn't look anything like the style of the church. It looks kind of hastily thrown together. And they're seated around a long table are 4 other Templar, and they all look to you guys and then stand up. They are all armed and armored. The lead Templar says loudly, "Friends, it is time. We've long awaited the coming of the Chosen One, and he is here today." And motions to you guys and to the child.
I flex my stomach.
It doesn't show underneath your armor.
I go over and I join.
Well, Neal, the hand that taketh away do giveth.
No, under your shirt because your armor is gone.
I join them after they motion to us.
Yeah, I follow.
I walk forward and say, I am the chosen one, let's rock.
You're done.
Nobody can hear him though because his voice casts below the table. So
Yeah. No, I walk forward, Neil.
Okay. There's murmuring amongst the Templar standing about, and the main guy turns to you and bows deeply and says, "My name is Joff. I would like to personally thank you for bringing the child to us. You said that you'd like to see the child all the way through to the end,
Yes.
and would like that as well. We have other matters to attend to, but we're uncertain if you are capable of doing it."
What do you mean
Well,
by
we got
that?
the child up to here.
You
Yeah.
did.
What are you trying
well,
to say, mister?
We fought bullets and other terrible creatures.
Forgive me for pushing all this on you so quickly. Please sit and rest and eat. I'm sure you're tired from your journey, and this is a safe place. We are here to guard you and to protect the child.
Rest is welcome, friend, but it's important that you know that while we are not Templar, and I have great respect for you and what I've heard of you, it is our life mission to see this child to safety. And while it feels like we were beginning to do that now, I can assure you that we will be with the child until we know that this is accomplished.
Of course. He still motions to the table and says, "Please sit. We have food, water, wine."
Yeah.
I motion to confer with the rest of my party.
We confer.
Yeah. Okay. So
Lean down.
just to them, I say, look, obviously we're going to stay with this child, but they know that this child is the chosen one, and it is almost their destiny to make sure that it gets to safety. what if we offer, or what if we propose to them that we take the child, but they follow along, on the sidelines as bodyguards for this child and for us?
Well, I don't really know what their plans are, though.
Well, I mean, when something comes along this great, it doesn't matter what your plans are. You throw all those out the window, and then you do the new thing. Like if it's the chosen one, and they had dinner plans, well, they're just going to cancel their dinner plans.
Well, apparently, though, we're eating dinner right now, so
Correct.
I'm not really sure
Not
about
these
what
dinner
you're
plans.
saying.
I say, arguably, it could be true, but who knows what their plans are? We'd have to. I mean, that's a question we'd have to ask them. We could definitely ask for that, but
They probably have plans for the chosen one.
yeah, I mean, the chances of getting that might not be as high as we would hope, but we could definitely ask.
We can just all go together. I mean, there's no need to have like a leader or anything.
Is everything okay? Joff says.
I turn to him and say, "Yeah, we're just having some girl talk, friends. Sorry about that." Be like, what are the plans tonight for the child? Can we? We'd like to not leave its side if that's possible.
We have no plans. The child is in your care. We make no impositions.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were going to take him off or something like that. Perfect. Well, I guess we'll just be around here and hang out some. Enjoy
I'd
the
love,
festivities.
We the Templar. I didn't get his name that sent us here, because he didn't say much. I'd love to know more about you guys. We've been across the lands. As a train, I read trains all the time, guys. We've been across the lands, and we have found many people upset and wanting something to rally against the Verasi, but I know not very much of you Templar, so if at some point, perhaps over tonight's meal, you could talk with us of where you come from and your mission, I'd like to know more about you, too.
Of course, we would be happy to tell you, to answer any questions you may have. What questions do you have?
Well, what is the purpose of the Templar?
We are an order of knights sworn to Velmontarius, the god of justice. We are here to do what we can to ensure the downfall and destruction of Vorasi by whatever means necessary.
Well, that seems good. Looks like we're all on the same page.
Indeed. I think at least for now our missions are aligned.
Who founded this order?
I'm not sure of who our founder was. I am one of the earliest members. Velmontarius himself could be said to be the original founder, but we all started in separate locations and were brought together.
So
The first person could be me. It might be, he points down to a person a few feet away from you, Travis. It could be any one of us. The first person does not matter. Velmontarius brought us together.
Okay.
I have a more practical thing to ask you, if possible. You may notice we actually encountered I believe it's some kind of rust monster of legend just before we got here.
Those foul creatures prowl the streets.
Yeah, it took us a little bit of experimenting to realize what it was, and in doing so, it actually took off my torso armor. If you have any available, I have gold, or I would love to hear options, if that's possible.
We have armor. I don't know if any of it will be suited for you. You would need a blacksmith to tailor it down to your size.
If only we knew. I am a blacksmith, sir. If you have the proper facilities, I would love to work on this now.
Yeah, there is a forge somewhere around in Old Town. It would be out of fuel and materials, but there's a forge. I don't see why it wouldn't work after all these years. If you can gather up the proper supplies for it to run.
Okay. That's fantastic. Thank you.
And did you guys make any plans if the chosen one came up?
Well, I was hoping to give you some time to rest and relax before we moved on to the next stage, but since you've asked, the child must be taken far away, must be taken outside of the lands of Verasi.
Yes.
Only then will its true purpose be understood. I would like for the caretakers of the child to be you four. However, we can't just leave the child in the hands of anyone. There is a test that has been prepared for you. If you pass the test, the child is yours to take care of and oversee.
What's
And
the
what of the
test?
Templar? Will you
Oh.
aid us in protecting the child? And
We will aid you how we can. We have been working tirelessly in the shadows, trying to keep our distance from others, to find out as much information and to gather what supplies you would need.
Now, we've been through many trials already with the child, and nothing bad has become of it. What more of a test would we need?
I know not of your trials. I only can hear if you tell them. For all I know, you found this child and tortured one of our members to tell us what's going on. For all I know, you are treasonous traitors loyal to Verasi. I don't believe that to be so, but for all I know, it could be the truth. You will face many trials in the future. Serious trials. Things that will risk life and limb, that may turn you against each other, that may require you to do awful things to get through to the end. As far as the test as I can come up with, we have there's a small labyrinth, he changes the subject, underneath the temple. At the very end of the labyrinth, there is a small pile of treasure. If you can retrieve the treasure and bring it back to us, that is enough of a test.
And the treasure remains in our possession at the end?
If you complete this task, we have arms and equipment to supply you with that will help you on your quest. The item that you retrieve, if you want it, it's yours. The task at hand is the more important meaning.
if we should pass our tests, I will need help gathering either the supplies or something. I need chest armor. That's what I would
Sir,
like.
you will need armor before you go down into the dungeon.
That is the part of the test?
You will need armor. There
Ah.
will be combat. You may die.
Very good. Then, do you think a few of your Templar could assist me in gathering the resources to get that forge working?
I'll send some men out to gather supplies.
I appreciate that.
Jeff, do you have an armorer proficiency?
Let me check to make
Is it
sure.
just
I think it might be weapons. Let's see, proficiencies. Weaponsmithing, it just says, yeah.
Armorer is different. I'll let you. So we'll say that you can change the armor from, resize it. That shouldn't be too terribly difficult, but you can't make armor from scratch.
Okay.
But you should be
And-
able to resize it with that. With weaponsmithing, they're close enough, I'm going to say.
Okay.
I asked the Templar what. So we do this test, which you've said it could be life or death down there, and we die. What happens to the kid after that? Are you guys
We
just
take
go
care
take
of
care
it.
of him?
We do what we can to move forward with plans.
So basically, we're doing this test so we can keep that child in our possession.
How do we know that?
Would you like to leave it with us?
I mean, I don't speak for my party, but yeah.
Well,
Then you dismiss.
I
You may
disagree.
go whenever you please. Thank you for your aid in bringing the child to us. Goodbye.
I turn to the rest of the party.
Goodbye, Smee.
I'm just
Bye.
like, wait, you guys care this much about the kid?
Yes.
Margot?
I mean,
It's not the kid per se that I care about as much as the fate of mankind. The kid himself, he's better than most kids. He doesn't cry a lot, but really, I don't care that much about him in particular.
You said there's some sort of treasure at the end of it for us, Mr.
That's
Templar?
kind of so. Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Templar, there's some sort of treasure, you said?
You guys are doing this for the wrong purpose. I give a mean look to Smee.
If wealth is all that you require, we will give you a tidy sum to carry you forth.
I'm in. I turn to the rest of the party.
Yeah.
Zachary gives
tomorrow
a
morning.
disgust
The
look.
rest here, we will give you some gold and you can go.
Fair enough.
And would you be able to tell us what we may encounter in this labyrinth?
No,
I see.
the world's
Good.
filled with unknowns. You will
That's
face
true.
whatever is down there.
Fair enough.
And do you know why this baby and what it will do, or do you have as much intel as we do?
Do you not know the legend?
Well, the legend, as I recall it, said that it would help take down Verasi, but it doesn't say how.
Esther and Martha joined one day, a child they made to keep Verasi at bay. The mark of honor, the symbol of pride. It is with this child all of our hopes ride. He says.
But it doesn't say how. I guess you don't know more.
Jacques has a very inquisitive mind.
Eh.
He's in the pursuit of knowledge at all times. That's part of the reason why we love him.
One last question, actually. I heard
That's
of
not
Trust
true.
Ranger. Trust Rangers. Do you have
Yeah.
any information on these?
They live here, they keep to themselves, they trade with strange beings in the north beyond the ice flows. We have no business with them and they have no business with us.
Alright. I've heard to fear them. That's why I've been wondering. Well, thank you.
Well, let's rest here for the night. Victorian, you gotta go work on your armor.
I suppose so.
Okay. When can we do this test at any time, Mr. Templar, or is there a timetable on it? Is the monsters gonna get bored and come up and fight you guys? What's going on?
You have some time to gather your thoughts, but how much time do you need to prepare?
Well, only real concern here is that our friend Vic gets his armor fixed. However long that takes, then we should be good to go.
Fix your armor, rest your wounds, clean your minds. The trial is here when you are ready.
Okay. I start eating and drinking all the food they prepared.
You said that our friend Victorian will need a breastplate. What other supplies will we need / will you supply for us for the trial?
I cannot say. Part of this is going into unknown situations. I cannot aid you in your trials to come. You will gather whatever you need to gather, whatever you think you need, and go about this on your own. It is a test. If we wanted to retrieve this object on our own, we could have done so long ago.
I see.
What happens if we fail?
We
Well-
rip.
Then you shall meet Falumbra.
Well, let's
No,
say
that's like
someone
bottom.
survives.
Are you saying one of us dies and one of the others doesn't? Is that what you're asking?
Well, what if we all backed off from it? What happens
And
then?
you fail, and we take the child.
And we don't have any say on what happens with it, and we don't know where it goes.
Correct?
And
What
what
if we
happens?
just left right now with the child?
Everyone draws their sword immediately.
We brought it here.
Some of the guys start reaching for their shields.
You guys are ridiculous. I'm not trying to fight nor leave. I'm just saying. We came here with the child, obviously.
Are you looking to abandon this? To abandon us? To abandon
No.
the world with this child?
No. This is why I want to
Your
see.
lives are nothing compared with the fate of the world. I would kill you where you stand right now if it would give us even a slight chance of beating Verasi and her forces.
Well, this is why I'm so concerned about what happens with the child. I don't trust you as much as you don't trust me. It's the same thing.
We could
Why
kill
I'm
you
worried.
now. Do not worry.
You guys should chill down.
Jacques, based on 100% of our encounters with them, telling them to chill down seems really dumb. Stop. No, literally, it's science. You should appreciate that.
I start eating.
Yeah, I'm just looking around at everyone pointing their swords as I'm just eating the food.
They're just looking at Jockry. The rest of
okay.
you, they don't seem to be too concerned about.
Jackie just puts his shoulders up and continues to
Look,
eat.
friends, like I said,
They
my
lower their
my
guard.
friend is a very inquisitive person. Just wants to know things. Sometimes it gets him into trouble. Sometimes it gets people on LSD. But that's all in the past. Right now, our concern is the child. It comes from different weird places, different heights, but for the most part, that is what we care about. So I'm sorry if we've upset you. We appreciate the hospitality. We understand the reason for the tests. And as long as you can help us prepare for the tests, there should be no problems at all.
We will give you the supplies you need to fix your armor.
Very good.
I just keep eating and keep to myself after that.
I go over and sit next to Smee, and I say, I agree. This test is kind of dumb. I mean, we could just leave, but I think the treasure is a good enough reason to do it.
Yeah, we got to get that treasure, man.
Yeah.
Get those legendaries.
I heard the treasure is indeed legendary. One has foretold, I don't know if this is true, just rumors, that there's
And,
possibly
you
a
know,
magical dagger down there.
If there is a dagger down there, then I'm done. I'm done. I'll walk out of here right the fuck after we find that dagger.
Okay. I continue eating my fill.
Okay. You are provided with food, drinks, refreshments, a place to stay. There are some beds. Carla is happy to finally be able to talk with people freely. Do you guys have any questions? What exactly do you want to do, or do you just want to like fast forward to the next day, and when people go gather supplies and whatnot?
I'm just chilling. I think Jeff was going to try to fix his armor if you're going to have him roll for that.
Yeah. That's probably my only concern, I guess.
I'm gonna look into my spells and message them to you.
Okay.
I kind of do some snooping around to the Templar grounds to see how big this church is or how big their area is. Learn the exits, learn the entrances, stuff like that. Just poke
Okay.
my head around.
Okay. Let's see. All right, Jeff. You guys kill a few days while you resupply. They bring you. You lost a couple of spearheads too, right?
Two.
Two.
Yeah.
They resupply your spearheads, so you can replace
Fantastic.
those. What is the number next to your weaponsmithing proficiency?
Let me check. It is 10.
Okay. Let's take a look on weaponsmithing here. I will need you to make a weaponsmithing check, which should just be a d20 plus 10, but there might be a bonus or penalty depending on what the book says about the proficiency.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you humming the
Weaponsmithing.
Indiana Jones theme or something?
You don't read to the Indiana Jones theme?
Do what?
You don't read to the Indiana Jones theme?
No. I sing the new Miley Cyrus jam when I read.
Okay, this is the worst description ever. All right, give me a weaponsmithing check. D20 plus 10 on a 20 or higher. Oh, there you go. You take a couple of days to fix your armor. Give me a. Where'd it go? How long does it take to make this shit?
There is a shirtless montage in here, by the way. For old time's sake.
Give me a.
Slash roll, ready to go. Just tell me what it is.
Give me 10d8 for the number of hours that it takes you to.
10d8.
Yeah,
39.
39 hours.
Not bad.
Okay. 39 divided by
easy.
what? You're probably working 10 hours a day on this.
Sure.
Takes you about 4 days to finish.
3. Right?
About
No,
4.
4. You're right. Sorry. I should do. Move it along, Neil. That's fine. Yeah, about 4 days.
Yeah. All right. So takes you guys 4 days. So you have 4 days of rest, relaxation, whatever spells you want to cast, whatever you want to do.
While he does this, I approach some of the Templars and I say, I notice you've supplied our friend Victorian with spearheads and means to make armor. If I could request perhaps some sort of potion or potus to help me through this trial.
On the other side, my friend. On the other side.
So only armor help, only armor assistance. Is that what you're saying, sir? I could use an armor upgrade if that's...
Would you like some standard armor or weapons? We are happy to provide you with common materials you can find every day.
Should I just try... Neil, if I try on an armor, would that help me? Like, just for this dungeon thing?
Are you asking me to divulge information about what's in the dungeon below?
No, Neil. No, I mean that usually I think I have leather armor because it's like more cleric-y or something. But wondering if I ask for plate mail for this, if it's
Is your
Cleric,
question,
Does it-
would higher AC help?
like, no, but does it affect like my spell casting and stuff like that? Is my question.
no, clerics can cast priestly spells in any armor.
Well, then I would ask if they have one for me.
We
How
do,
tall are
but
you? What are
the
your
leggings
dimensions?
sag. Is that okay?
6 feet.
Yeah, they have some armor that will fit you.
Cool.
They offer you a suit of chain mail, or you can get like what Jeff has, Victorian has. You can get a heavier armor, but they will need to be tailored to you, and will take some time.
What do I have, Neil? By the way, is it splint mail?
Let's take a look at what they offer you.
Also, I take them up on their offer and request arrows.
They give you all the arrows you could ever possibly want. Maybe not all of the arrows you could ever possibly want, but
Yeah, I
they
was
give
gonna
enough
say.
arrows for you.
Blank check to Ryan. That's going to be a pretty big number.
Ryan
Oh,
carries
thank you,
around
sir.
1 million arrows.
It's like,
And
no,
I
for simplicity, how
thank
about I
you.
just stop keeping track?
Yeah. I'll just fill up the sheet.
I have another question, Neil.
Yes. Ask your question. Look up your armor.
Let's say I would summon the wolf guy. I read the guide thing about the shamans, and I'm wondering if the spell that they would give me is an additional spell that isn't counted in my daily intake.
Correct.
And it lasts until I use it?
Something like that. I'd have to review the specific rules.
Alright, then during that time, I'm gonna summon the wolf.
Okay. 1 sec. Jeff, they've given you 3/4 plate mail.
Nice.
It's the same. It's the same AC as your splint. No, not. It's one better
Yeah.
than your splint mail.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I tried to buy it.
Yeah, and it weighs an extra 5 pounds.
Okay.
Jockey, they offer you chainmail, or you can get the same 3/4 splint mail. It does weigh 45 pounds, so I don't know how that works. You may be encumbered by that. You'll probably be encumbered by that.
Yeah, I need to find my encumbrance.
First
So-
page, lower right-hand corner.
For
Yes,
armor,
sir.
I should put 7 instead of 6 now, right? Is that what it
Yes.
is? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
And-
at 66 pounds, so I'm at base encumbrance right now.
What's your strength?
13.
You should be at lightly encumbered.
No, it's at 69.
Your base is 69.
No, base is 45, light is 69.
Right, so you're at light.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought it was like...
No. Base is up to 45. Light is up to 6. So you're already
okay.
lightly encumbered. If you carry any more, you're going to be moderately encumbered. You'll be moving at half your movement rate and get some pretty severe attack and armor penalties.
Oh.
You do not want to be moderately encumbered.
But I could drop some stuff, maybe.
Yeah,
And
whatever
then
you want.
be okay.
Your current armor. You
Oh,
just
well, I have the 25 pounds of studded leather armor already.
Yeah. So the chainmail weighs. How much does chainmail weigh? Chainmail weighs 40 pounds. 3/4 plate weighs 45 pounds, and is 2 AC better. So 3/4 plate is actually beautiful, beautiful in terms of armor.
Jeff, you've got 23.
Well, I guess I don't think we're
Yes,
gonna have
23.
to run that
Okay.
much. I feel like we're gonna be in tight quarters, so I'm gonna use it just for the dungeon.
So
Today was a
you
good day,
accept
JP.
chainmail.
Yeah, I would put in the chainmail or the plate. What's the best for me? I don't.
3/4 plate, but it'll take days to recraft it to your.
Oh, I asked Victorian how he feels about it. I mean, it
The armor?
would be safer, yeah, if we fit the plate mail to me.
Well, if you think about our journey, there hasn't been a whole lot of time where running necessarily saved you, right? Hasn't it
Yeah,
mostly
that's what
been?
I'm thinking. So,
Yeah, I think you should be fine in better armor.
all right, then let's take the time to fit the armor to me too.
Very good.
So I'll be moderately encumbered.
Okay, there are penalties to attacks and armor for being encumbered. Let me
Well,
see
now
what-
Neal rolls out the magic
No,
numbers.
I just mentioned it to her before that there are penalties for being moderately encumbered.
What would
in
the
fact,
attack?
I said two
like?
attacks and armor for being
No,
moderately
I'm not.
encumbered.
Hey, I'm not arguing with you. I'm just saying, what are they?
No! Stop arguing!
Simmer down now.
Rah! Okay. Where are effects of encumbrance?
What if she just took like a 10-pound shit that day?
That doesn't affect your encumbrance, that affects your weight.
Damn it.
Okay. If your character is reduced to half of his normal movement rate via encumbrance, you suffer a penalty of 1 to all your attacks, and you get no dexterity modifiers. What is your dexterity currently, Jockey?
None.
You have no dexterity
Oh.
bonus?
It's 12.
Yeah, I don't. I have
Did you roll
12
a 0 on it?
No,
None.
I have 12 dex, but I have no modifiers because it's like
Oh,
that.
okay.
Okay, so your only armor modifiers are due to your armor
Yep.
itself. Okay, so if you use the 3/4 plate, you'd have 17 AC, but you would be at -1 to hit everything.
Ooh.
I am fine with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
You also move at half your movement speed, and
Which would concretely mean what?
which
I move
means
like
you
Smee
move at
speed?
movement. Yes, you move at Smee speed exactly.
Oh,
Fine with it.
Also, if you fall in water, you will just probably sink and die. But that's
Also fine with it.
Just roll a 20, you'll be fine.
that's pretty much the same for all of us. The difference is, as Joffrey's drowning, he could read a note. He'd be like,
well. If you're unencumbered and in armor, I would say that somehow you can manage to swim a little bit. But she's moderately encumbered. If she's moderately encumbered, doesn't matter what's encumbering her. She's gonna fucking sink like a rock.
okay.
So what is your AC going up to now, Jen?
17 instead of 14.
Yeah.
I feel like it's worth.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's just
The
not...
-1 will be interesting. We'll see how
Why
that
is it
ends.
AC 14? It should be 13.
Oh, it's because of the shield. That
You
gives
can't
me
read
1.
shield?
She was, yeah. Or he was.
Yeah, remember Victorian gave her,
I completely
gave
forgot
him
about the fact that you have shield.
his own.
Yeah,
his
that's
old
why
shield.
I'm so encumbered.
Okay. So with the armor and the shield, your AC would go up to 18.
Oh, sick. Yes.
Oops.
I'm ready to party.
What's the weight of the 3/4 plate mail? I think we can move on.
45 pounds.
Okay. I already added the weight, but I didn't have the weight itself. Okay. In the time that it takes for Jockey to get suited up, I am...
Give me another 10d8 to see how many more hours it takes to make Jockey's armor.
Do I make it? Right?
Unless you guys want to go pay someone else to do it.
No. It's more shirtless montage, Neil. Crazy. You said 10d8. This one takes me... Yikes.
It takes you 5 days. So
I
you
got it.
guys spend 9 days prepping and
Okay.
supplying.
Me and Largo work on our tumbling act together during the 9 days.
Jockey
okay
reads
with that.
every book in the library, by the way, about the dungeon and the secrets to winning.
There's no library.
Damn
Well, the Templars have a small library, actually.
In this time, I would also ask for their advice on rust monsters, how to deal with them, since they said they are familiar with them.
Drop some coins, some gold, some iron to the ground, and just walk away from them. They'll be too busy eating it to bother you.
My God.
They're really stupid, he says, and their appetites are ravenous.
If you throw a coin off a cliff, would it jump off the cliff so that the DM could give us experience?
Not a single coin, but maybe if you threw a ton of iron and they couldn't see that it was a fall, possibly. I
Fantastic.
doubt it.
I asked them about strategies on fighting minotaurs.
I've never fought a minotaur. I assume you poke it with the pointy end.
Indeed.
What, Largo? You think this is one of those labyrinths with the Minotaur at the end? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, I'm not trying to metagame too hard here,
No, I know all about that.
but if he's telling us that a strategy on how to beat a rust monster, then we can logically assume that there's not a rust monster down there. So if we keep asking him, then we're trying to figure out what is down there.
Largo proceeds to ask them in the 10 days about every single monster ever. And they're like, well, we can't tell you about giant weasels.
Right. If this
Nope,
is
not
real
gonna give
life,
you that.
that's exactly what I would do. But since this is roleplay, I'm just going to stop asking now and keep going.
There's no giant weasels down there, I promise you. None.
Thank God. It'd be too much for our party to handle.
Yep, Jocker would fall in love. He'd have a new story to tell. It's awkward.
Yep. All right, I think we're done waiting, Neil.
Still prepping my
Time.
spell, Mom. Almost done.
All right. Prep yourself. Carla, that's with them. They take help or turns, looking over the baby and whatnot.
One second. So you guys are getting static from my mic, right?
Yeah.
It sounds like it's brushing against your shirt.
But you know what's fucked up about that? It should still be the webcam mic.
What?
Do I sound different? Are you not hearing everything?
Yeah, I don't hear anything else behind you.
Really?
Well, we heard the car pass by, but there's been no other car passing by.
But it has it not been, like when I'm typing, it's not thunderous like it used to be?
Type something. No, it's
not
fine.
at all.
Oh, okay, so it is this. All right, I'll try not to move anymore. Sorry.
Dude, I had
It's gotta be
A40s.
something.
I had A40s, and I had that exact same problem. It's the line. I don't know.
All right,
line
JP,
in,
just
yeah.
let me know if it gets bad again, but I'll try to... It's like a bad cable, so I'll try not to move as much.
Gotcha. Anyways, Neil, we're good to go whenever you look up whatever you're looking. We can also take a break if that works better for you.
It's gonna take me a few minutes to look what I'm looking.
Okay, yeah, it's been 50 minutes. So we'll just call that the start of the show, the first half.
Sure.
So, cool. We'll take
Okay,
our break, and then we'll come back and do our number 2 and 3. So we'll see you guys then. Thanks for watching.
Cool.